live and direct.
Yo.
This is the first virgin take of our podcast. So you guys see a lot of changes. You know, it's always like that. It starts off one way and then it ends another way.
Right.
So today we gotta be discussing how.
Who are you, man?
Oh, I'm sorry about
just,
that.
Just pop out the blue like, yeah, I'm here. Who are you?
I'm Chuck Early.
What up? What up? I'm Silence.
And today we gotta have a discussion about relationships when it comes to politics and religion and how they separate friendships and family members, and that's what we gotta discuss.
So relationships, politics.
No, we gotta discuss the relationship of friendships and family and how it separates.
How
I'm
politics
talking about, yeah,
Gotcha.
politics and religion separate families and friends.
Feel you. All right.
Well, me personally, I feel like, especially with friends, you shouldn't separate because two have two different beliefs on something. You know, if that person's there for you, then they're there for you. If not, then you let them go. But lately, you know, with the election, we've seen a lot of friends and family members like, yo, I'm not dealing with that person. They support this person, and I don't want nothing to do with them. And we want to know, America, how you feel about that. How do you feel? You know.
America.
Well, how do you feel? How do you feel about that? Let's talk about that.
I mean, what you mean? Like picking a political side and how your family reacts to it?
Yeah, like people like, I'm not messing with you. You're a Biden supporter. You're a Trump supporter. I don't want nothing to do with you.
But that's the biggest part of the problem in the first place. You know what I'm saying? As far as the division between the parties and things of that nature, like you can't come to some kind of happy medium. But I mean, I'm not political at all. I don't really get into all of that. So it's certain things I know, you know, with Trump that me personally, it's certain things I do like about him as far as his non-political approach, because I'm a non-political person. So there's some things, you know, from that perspective, I guess you can like about him. But it might be some other things I can't rock with him. So if I have a passion about how I feel about it, and you, let's say hypothetically, you have more of an agreement to him, then that's where I guess there could be a conflict depending on how passionate a person is about their point of view.
But do you think that should break up a friendship?
It should not, of course not. I mean, look, if you're a real friend, one way or the other, you should always respect another person's opinion. You know, unless it's just so dramatic, like
like that child molester or something like that. Then that's
crazy. like you support. I don't know how you can support that, but let's say if you let's say you was white, you know what I'm saying, and the whole time we friends growing up, and then I found out afterwards that like you was on some hanging black people or something, like you for that, you know what I'm saying, like after the fact.
But how would that even be? Like if you're friends and he's showing you a whole different side, which people do put up fronts, but my thing is like, you know, if that's what they believe in, then you and his relationship would never exist. If he believe
I'm using that as an example. That's probably not the best example, but my point is that you're gonna have some kind of difference of opinion at some point as friends. You know what I'm saying? And most of them should be salvageable. That you should be able to come to some kind of happy medium, and still work out your friendship. Some things is just unforgivable. Like you can't just come and I can't walk in on you with my girl on her knees. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just no coming back from that.
Definitely.
Or like some things are just unforgivable.
But and the reason why I want to discuss this because I heard of relationships like breaking up because people like, oh, you support this person, then I can no longer be with you.
Some people
Then
make
I'm
it.
like,
Some people make it known.
what was it based on? What was the substance of the relationship? Like I can't see myself disowning someone who I really had a relationship with, relationship, friendship, whatever with, over because they feel like this person is better for them to run a city, country, whatever, state or whatever. That's incredible. I feel like if our relationship could be demolished that quick, then we really didn't have anything and it was superficial.
I mean, that could very well be, and it'll show you what the established was from the beginning. But again, man, like people will put those kind of views on things, and at the end of the day, the parties that you will disagree with, they both agree with each other behind closed doors.
Yeah,
like this
exactly.
whole thing is. That's why I'm not really with the whole politics too crazy, because this stuff is like a clown show. You know what I'm saying? Like they just put on a front, they put on a show in front of you. Yeah, they might have different views on anything, but you can't sit and tell me that everything one person says that the opposing party has to disagree with everything.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Especially when they're going through the debates and whatnot. How is that possible? That goes to tell you that it's not about right and wrong. It's about who can be more impressive to win the party.
But like you said earlier, nobody 100% agrees. Me and you seen that. You know, there was a lot of times where me and you we have discussions, and just by having that discussion with you, it made me see it in a whole nother way. Like, you know what? You're right. You really right about that. You know, but I just you know, it's real serious out here because you see America really falling apart. Like I seen people on 42nd Street like fighting, like literally physically fighting and stuff over two people that they don't know, they won't ever have contact with, they won't ever know these motherfuckers. So why are you fighting for? Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That is crazy, but that's the ignorance to people falling victim to the clown show. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
you know, these leaders are influencers. Like they influence people to feel a certain way, and that's why they win. You know,
Yeah.
and we appoint them. You know, each party appoints them to be that person that can influence other people or can control the masses if it's some catastrophic situation, and they can make sure that, you know, we don't have some kind of, like, we had the pandemic that just happened, and Trump made a statement like he didn't want to something along the lines of he didn't want to cause a panic.
Yeah.
So some of the information he wasn't as forthcoming with the pandemic.
Mhm.
Just using that as an example,
But I could see
you have
that.
to be able to make sure that you keep some kind of order
Order,
and
yeah.
do things responsibly. Because to be honest with you, I know there's some things, some inner workings going on behind the government that if we all knew about it,
Exactly.
like
It'd be anarchy out
it'd be
here.
crazy. It'd be like,
Yeah.
yo, what's the point of living? You know what I'm saying? Like everything is just a scam and a scheme. Like I can't deal. So some things I don't think is important for everybody to know, because everybody
Yeah.
can't handle it, you know, and really understand the dynamics of how you can expedite something real crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If you know about certain things. So
Exactly. And but to fight over something that we really don't have any big knowledge of, major knowledge of,
right.
is crazy. It became so crazy to me that I actually had to stop watching the news this week because it was like so. They try to steer your vision in one way and they like really push it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like, get the hell out of here. Like, they'll only tell us a little bit, you know, to control us. And
Right.
that's the crazy thing. Last week they go, not to try to change the subject, but last week they go, you know what? NASA think they found water on the moon. I said, didn't your motherfuckers land on the moon in the 60s or something like that? I know if
Right.
I'm there somewhere, we got drills and everything because we want to prove that we've been there. So why almost 50 years later or 50 years later, now you're talking about, oh, there might be water on the moon. And get it and go back up there. You know what I'm saying? The closest thing. That's why it's hard for me to believe anything that these people tell me. You know, they don't give you everything.
Yeah, they just give you enough. If a person doesn't want to continue to be a friend just because you may pick a different party, you don't even have the whole full story to really know what you're fighting for. People out here knocking each other out, knocking each other over, and disagreeing with each other crazy. Not even understand that's a whole nother agenda anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like agenda that you don't even know about. You know, some things are just blatant though. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a clip that I saw on Biden some time ago about his prison
Reinforcement.
the prison reinforcement bill that he wrote in. It was some scary sounding stuff that he was talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? But and then some things that Trump say, you know, contrary to that'd be like, well, damn, you know, maybe that will work out. But on the flip side, you know, you look at this dude Trump, like the way he says certain things is just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That whole stand back and stand by. Come on, man. That's
But
that's
you
the
know
cake.
what's funny? Let me ask you something.
If he wasn't racist then,
Do you
like-
think sometimes we blow things out of proportion? Let me give you an example. All right, Donald Trump. He goes, "Let's make America great again," and everybody takes that as a racist comment. And I argue the other side. Maybe it was great for this guy. He was rich all his life. He never had to struggle anything. You know what I'm saying? So it was great in his eyes, from his point of view. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't great in our eyes,
Right.
and even in our eyes. Like if I could turn back the hands of time and be that little 6-year-old that had to go to bed early but have fun with my brothers and sisters, that was good old times for me. But I'm leaving out. I struggled a lot. You feel what I'm saying? But it was good old times for me. You know what I'm saying? So if he felt like America was great for him, maybe that's his perception. That don't mean that he's outright racist.
I get you. I understand that. It's just, it's like, who are you talking to when you say that?
Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying?
I mean, a lot
And
of us.
that's what it boils down to. Like, you know, make America great again. That's to say that right now it's not great. We just coming out of the administration of Obama, and so during that time, America wasn't great. This is all the things that you could feed into when he says this. Okay, make America great again. That means it wasn't great, and that's the first question. And the second question: when was it great for us? Because there's a reason why they get our vote. They get our vote because they're doing things that's going to be beneficial to us.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would love for somebody to be in a leadership role and it to be beneficial for all. Everybody just pay their fair share. I don't understand what the complication is as far as why you got to tax, people at the top so crazy and then everybody at the bottom don't get no tax.
That discussion by itself is crazy because...
Or, on top of that, those that's at the top get taxed way, way less. Or they'll find different loopholes where they barely paying any tax. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, I don't knock the top people who do find those loopholes. I can't knock them. You get away with it, you get away with it. But there should also be an open opportunity where we can have loopholes. Like, instead of the so-called working class people, the middle class people, why don't you try not making them pay taxes for 1 month out the year? That would make us a little bit happy. You got these people who kill themselves doing overtime, and then they look at their check and like, yo, why did I do the overtime? You should...
The more money you make, the more they tax.
Yeah, but that's for the working class. I was talking to someone, and I was like, it's so unfair that I'm talking about here in New York. I don't know about other places because I haven't lived any other place, but
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's the same. Here in New York, you know, you either have to be dead broke or filthy rich in order to afford these nice, luxurious apartments that's being built here in New York. You know,
Right.
because if you're working class, I don't care if you're making $80,000 a year, you cannot afford these little tiny apartments that they have. You have nurses rooming up with nurses and teachers rooming with other people that's in good professions because the working class cannot afford these apartments.
Yeah, especially here in New York. I mean, it's crazy.
And that's what should be fought over, not because of who's going to be president. To me, the immediate, the state governors, the local mayors, the local politicians, we should be at war with them. We shouldn't be fighting each other. Fighting each other is not going to get us anywhere. You know what I'm saying? We should be fighting them. That's the sad part. Because New York, just this week, they passed a law saying that no matter how old you are, you have to wear a seatbelt in the back seat. No matter how old you are. I think they shouldn't have no control over if you wear a seatbelt, if you're a grown-ass person in the back seat of a car. When does the power stop? We give them too much power as is. And that's local. So right now, I could care less about a president. I'm the local, the Governor Cuomo, all of these politicians down here, whatever his name is. I can't stand them.
I feel you. It does start from the essence of where the problems is. I won't say problems, but where decisions are being made. It starts from the essence of your local, district attorneys and things of that nature.
Mhm.
But it's at the same time, man. It's like let's use that for an example. Putting the seatbelt on the back seat. It's two ways to take it. Save a life. It's just as simple as that. And we don't see the accidents that maybe law enforcement or the fire department is
Seeing every day. and stuff.
seeing every day, and they see the statistics firsthand. Like, yo, if only he would have had a seatbelt on, he would have lived. Or, if they keep seeing that over and over again, how can we implement and make these people, because they see, it only takes one kid, one baby to, what I'm saying,
Well,
this
baby,
car seat or whatever wasn't
A
tacked
child,
down.
I definitely think that a child, you know what I'm saying, should be.
Oh no, I'm just right. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a no-brainer. That goes without saying. And car seats is what more enforced than anything else. You can't even leave the hospital without having a car
exactly.
seat. But I mean, as far as like, it's just whatever. A young kid, you know what I'm saying, that he's dead now in the back seat, and if only he had a seatbelt on, he would have been in a better off position, or he would have lived. If you keep seeing that over and over again, and it's just like, yo, hold up, that's just something that's not really enforced, then let's just implement that, make it punishable by summons or whatever, and start.
And how much
officers with
money you
tasers.
think they're getting off of that?
They
And,
probably
and let's,
well, that's the other half of it. That's one half that you really care about the lives, or the other half is that you really just, you know how the end of the year is, October, November, December. It's ample amount of police out there pulling you over, giving you tickets and whatnot that wasn't here
yeah.
for the other half of the year. So it could be advantageous, just taking advantage of the situation to make more money for the city, or or they could use that as an excuse. It's a double meaning behind it, whatever.
Like
Just-
a double entendre or something like
yeah,
that.
so they can use that and enforce that to make more money. It's more cameras up now more than ever. You see the speed cameras all over the place. Put them in the school zones. Mind you, school could be closed. They're still giving you a ticket 20 miles an hour. But, it's just, that's just what it is, man. The crazy part is, who knows, man?
You don't
Just
know.
put your seatbelt
But I know this. I know this. We need to stop fighting each other
Yeah.
and fight for what is getting us in these predicaments, these local
Yeah.
politicians. And yeah, they could say, yeah, or trickle down from the president. But let's keep it real. The same positions we've been in was before Trump, was before Obama, was before Clinton. Probably even worse than, you feel what I'm saying? But we been getting fed the same yeah, I'm gonna lower taxes and gonna be better for, you know what I'm saying? We've been getting fed that soup for a long time.
It never goes down.
Never. And it never ends, you know? Never ends. And it's crazy because when I was younger, there was really a such thing as middle class. Middle class mean you was all right. You could get a house. You was all right.
If you was making decent money,
man, listen. What's middle class now? There ain't no middle class.
It's just upper poor.
It's poor. Yeah. Poor. Poorer. With a little bit
homeless.
of benefits. And rich.
And hobo.
Can't be serious with this. Like, I see so many families, and that breaks my heart when I seen families, not a man and a female, families homeless on New York City subways.
Yeah.
You know, breaks my heart. You know, but let's get to the local politics. Like, why is it that mortgages and stuff going down, the cost of the homes itself are going down, but rent is going up? Rent never goes down. It either stays the same or goes up. You know what I'm saying? You could be in the worst crisis. You know what I'm saying? America could be in the Great Depression again. They would not lower rent.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know.
Yeah,
and that's crazy.
That's unheard of.
Because
the houses will go down, or they'll balance out. They'll move around a little bit, but yeah, the rent
always stays the same or goes up. You know, and they need to put more families inside these homes. You know, what's the standard rent where I'm from, Yonkers? You'd be lucky to get a 1-bedroom apartment for $1,500, and it'd be in the hood. You probably have bullets coming through your walls. You know what I'm saying? $1,500. Yeah. How much you have to make to pay that rent and live comfortably? Just to live comfortably.
Yeah, you got to make at least $2,000 of every pay period or something. But that's the crazy. Like, years ago, we both worked at the same spot years ago, right? Mm-hmm. We first started there. I was bringing home probably about, I don't know, $1,000 every 2 weeks after taxes.
Yeah, me too.
I first moved up
up
this side. But, first moved up to this side, and it was like, gas was $1 and change. The tolls was like $1, I don't know, $1 and some change. Mm-hmm. The buses and everything was way cheaper. Milk, go food shopping, everything was way cheaper than it is now. And at that time, when I started at that spot, I was making about $17, $18 an hour. Fast forward, 10 years later, we was making what, $2 extra?
Yeah.
Now,
at that same
but
place,
everything else
went up like crazy.
5 times the cost. So the tolls was now triple the price, quadruple the price. Food and groceries, milk and all that, quadrupled. Everything went up exponentially, including the rent. Mm-hmm. But the income stayed the same.
Yeah.
Primarily. Because even though you might make a couple of dollars more, every time you make more money, they charge you more for the health care and more dues for your union and all that.
I was at a job.
You don't really make any extra money.
I was at a job, no exaggeration. And I won't air this place out because, they probably try to have me under.
Yeah, we ain't naming no names with nothing.
But every time I got my one raise a year, the health benefits went up exact same amount that I got that raise. Like, what the hell is going on? How you living here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't.
Every time, you tell me what a coincidence that is. Every single time I get that raise is the same time my health benefits go up. That's insane, right there.
That's crazy. And so you never got a raise, basically. It was
basically,
just an illusion.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean, it was just they was dangling a freaking rotten piece of chicken in front of you. You couldn't eat it anyway.
Because I got no teeth.
You even got no dental. But, like, but looking at that, and you start to understand the disparity of how the disparity between the upper class, the rich, the middle class, why the disparity is widening so much. There's no jobs out there that's giving you a decent wage that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's just, why is it so hard to pay a little bit more money?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
you can still.
I'm glad that you asked that question, because that leads to my question that I want to ask you prior to that. Do you think that greed is what killed America?
Well, I mean, those things are always been here, and it will never go away. Greed, envy, and all that type of stuff. So it's just that people get in places and they find other ways to keep getting away with stuff and to keep getting more money and taking advantage of people, the voters or whatever the case is that might elect you in, and then they just know that we here.
And we gotta pay.
We're gonna keep
gotta pay.
We're gonna keep paying. We're gonna keep spending.
Because
we're gonna keep spending. We some spending motherfuckers.
If you look at a bag of chips now, basically, you look at a bag of chips now, we're paying double the price of what we paid 15 years ago, and we get less than what that original 25-cent bag was.
Oh yeah.
So we're paying 50 cent bag, and we get less than what we were getting when it was 25 cents.
Right.
What the hell is going on? They just make the bag look a little bigger, like we fools. And why do we keep spending this money? You know what I'm saying? Because we have options. A lot of us, including myself, we're lazy. We don't want to cook and stuff like that. But these people are robbing us. McDonald's, you can't even get a number two cost, what, damn near $10 now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Before it was like $5. You get right. With $5, you get a number two.
Chinese
probably
restaurant.
some apple pies and stuff. Now, you're not getting it. It's a wrap. Done.
I mean, got the 4 for $4 though. The 4 for $4 ain't bad.
4 for $4 ain't bad.
You get some decent. Get a little decent meal with that.
You're right. But it seems like everything is just going up. But the only thing that they give us our fair share with is the things that's bad for us. They'll supersize those drinks. Why? They want you to have the worst heart attack, your blood pressure up and everything. They'll supersize that. And that's crazy, because only one politician that I know actually was doing something for us, but he's crooked too. Bloomberg. When Bloomberg fought that supersize thing, that was really for us. Like, that soda would kill you, man. And kids are drinking it. I was able at one time to drink a whole 2-liter bottle by myself, like it was nothing.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. You know what I mean? You got to be careful what you put in your body. You know what I'm saying? And that's where, like, when we talk about, like, you know, how much power, how much control we give the government. Sometimes we're not gonna make the decisions on our own. Let's say if it got to a point, we get somebody in office that start controlling our finances for the better. Now we'll complain, bicker, on some dictatorship shit. Yeah. But like, listen, you're not. You go to the store, try to buy something. It's like, oh, I have to look up. Oh no, it says here you don't qualify to buy nothing.
Oh my God! Imagine that.
Yo,
how much they got a chip in you? How much you got on your thing?
It says here.
You don't get that.
Oh, or let's say you do qualify personally, right? But oh no, the spending limit for your people is over the limit. And you have to circulate more money in your community, so you're over the limit. You have to go back. Oh, let me tell you, I have information here. Oh, you can go back to. They have a spot over here in Brooklyn. You can go to in Brownsville. You go to Brownsville, Brooklyn. This spot right here. Yeah, you could spend some money there, and they can actually control the way you spend your money to make sure that your people can thrive.
Wow!
Imagine that.
That would be crazy, but that would be dope too.
Imagine that.
That would be kind of dope.
You complain,
You could
but
grow.
when you start to see that after like 4 or 5 years, like yo,
your people growing.
people are really growing and thriving. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You have your own community, real, like for real. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
who's gonna tolerate that, man? Listen, man, and the Jordans coming out, they
Yeah,
are leaving the
exactly.
shelves before they even hit the shelves.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
word.
saying? A new car, whatever, a new Fendi bag or whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. We love this stuff.
But you know what's crazy as a whole is that probably to the mid '90s, it was a black and white thing.
Mm.
Now it's a America thing. Like everybody's going crazy.
Yeah,
It's no longer a black and white thing. Like we been getting screwed. We kind of
we're kind of comfortable down
yeah,
here.
we got used to that. You know what I'm saying? We know how to adapt. It is what it is.
Mhm.
But white America is feeling it too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's something like that's why I said there's gotta be change. No matter what, it's hard for people to accept that there's gotta be change because sometimes change comes with blood, and it's inevitable, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Some people gotta die. It's sad to say, but some people gotta die.
That's why all these businesses are boarded up right now. What change comes with
Blood.
blood. You know what I'm saying? So, they know that with this whole election, everything going on with the election and all of that, it's like, and the way they talking, they fear, like if Trump wins, gonna burn everything up. Or
If
Biden win,
they go burn
all the honky tonks is coming out.
whatever.
shoot everything up. Whatever.
You're in a lose situation no matter what.
So everybody just in preparation mode, like, man, here we go. But I don't know, man. It's some of the stuff is just to spook you out,
Mm-hmm.
And I think the businesses really do feel a genuine threat. They really boarding them places up because of that. But with us, it's
I don't
like,
blame them.
I don't blame them. I mean,
you
because
know-
it's not like everything wasn't just burnt up just recently. So
I'm gonna tell you
it's a fair,
something.
assumption.
I'm gonna tell you something crazy. Around '99, I don't know the exact date, right? I bought my first pair of Prada sneakers, U.S. cups, right? Like 3 and some change after taxes, $325, right?
Yeah.
And that was like, oh, I really treated myself because that was like unheard of at the time. People like 3 and some change for some sneakers you bought.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I really wanted them. You know how much sneakers cost nowadays? $1,800, $1,900.
Yeah.
Ain't no way in America I'm buying pair of sneakers. And the crazy thing is the same sneakers that I bought for $325 after taxes.
Mm.
Now they want almost $700. So it's almost double the price. So people are like, you know what? Screw Gucci, screw Prada, screw Louis. Because these people getting a lot of our money anyway. Screw Apple, screw these people. But we have to blame for that. Because what they doing is, oh, we put it up to this price and they pay it? All right, forget it. Keep rolling it out. Matter of fact, make that price a little higher. See if they got to pay $400 more for the same thing. If we keep paying it, they got to keep raising the price. No, until we say, you know what, we had enough. We're not paying that. And the bad part is nowadays we're paying more and getting a cheaper value. That's the bad part.
But people love things that is
Nobody
exclusive.
else get.
So the more expensive it is, the more exclusive you're gonna look because everybody can't afford it. If you get something that's on discount,
But it depends.
it is known that those sneakers cost $60.
It depends, because people would really rock white tees, and those are cheap.
Yeah,
They rock that like it's nothing.
it's like the basic, uniform. That's the hood uniform. Some blue jeans, white tee, and some
Or black
construction.
tee, you good.
Excuse me. Or some white ups.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like the hood. That's like when that's the uniform that will work when everything else fails. If you broke,
Yeah, exactly.
that's like the basics.
Long as it's clean.
Look clean, right?
Yeah, long as it's clean.
So
Because you can get away with that white tee with everything.
Yeah.
Constructs, jeans, whatever. White tee, you could get away with everything. You know?
Now, how the hell we get on this subject?
Because we were just talking about how we were talking about greed and, the government playing the part.
It's just being more responsible as a people with our money, and how the disparity between the middle class and poor, how it's just widening way out of control now. You know what I'm saying? You have a homeless man that's in front of an apartment building that's nothing but millionaires in there. You know what I mean? And you got a homeless man downstairs begging for money. It's you just wonder how can that be? You know what I'm saying? At the very lowest level of life, I mean, I know you have shelters and things of that nature, but people don't understand. You go there, you get robbed. What little bit you have left, it's crazy. But
I see
some people is just suffering from there's a lot of mental health issues out here that
Yeah.
people are not being taken care of. They're just sending them off to jail. They just go back and forth. Some people get locked up on purpose just because it's warmer inside. You get 3 meals.
That's a
Protection.
a tricky topic to discuss, the mental ill, because one thing I want to do my studies on, are other countries suffering with mental illness as much as the United States? And if not, then you have to figure out what is causing these people to have mental illness. And I'm not just talking about like somebody depressed, because that's another fine line. Why is this person depressed? Are they clinically depressed, like it's in their DNA? Or are they just depressed because they don't have the bins in the house that they want in the situations that they want?
All right.
That's why it's a funny topic to discuss. But with that being said, do you think do you ever see it ever getting better anytime soon?
In a sense, I do, but not in the form of where we're so far behind. Like the rich now is so out of sight for a lot of people that we just have to just focus on where we are right now as a unit, as a people, and just understand the opportunities are there. We're missing the knowledge of how to go about certain things. And in certain cases, in some scenarios, the opportunities are not as equal because we might not be valuable in certain respects. Like, if everybody can't be from a point of view of running, from a point of view of being rich and staying rich. If everybody was entrepreneurial, everybody had their own business,
There's
and
nobody to buy.
then who's purchasing? You know what I'm saying?
And who's working for you?
Who's working for you? So it's like
You need
that in a sense. I mean, to be that rich. I still think it's room enough for everybody to live to a certain level, but some people don't really care to be that way either. Some people are comfortable with just living their life and moving around a certain way, and there's nothing wrong with that either. You know what I'm saying? You just enjoying life, you like to travel, you love your job, you know what I mean? I think that's a rare thing to hear. When people actually, I can't wait to go to work. But some people do. Some people are fortunate enough to actually love their job.
Honestly, my job is not bad.
Look how long it took you to get there, though.
Yeah.
If you just
right.
tally up all the jobs that you had,
Woo!
look, you tally
You
up
don't
all the
wanna
jobs
tally that up.
that you couldn't wait to get to.
Yeah, not a lot.
And even with that being the case, you still have other things
Sometimes
that you
you
love to do
don't-
that you rather do.
Yeah.
You know, but
Definitely.
you don't mind working though. That
Yeah.
particular job.
But see, some people want to go to work because, and it sounds crazy, but they want to get away from their wives or their husbands and their kids and stuff like that. And that's the only place where they find the
peace.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
Sad to say, but
That's super
that's what
sad.
it is.
It's sad to be
You know.
sad to be in that position. But you know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's all on how it's life is what you make it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
It is.
you can really just enjoy yourself in any crazy scenario. I was looking at, so I don't know how I came across this, but I was looking at something online. It was like these guys in war, and it was in a little ditch under fire, and in the midst of that, this young man was he was finding ways to have humor.
But I'm not surprised with that because
Well,
I
do you
think-
understand what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't find humor in it, but I think sometimes we look at the negative more than we look at the positive. Like I was going back to when I was a kid. I had way less than what I had, but I had the greatest of times when I was a kid. You know, more don't mean that you gotta necessarily have a better time. You know, better. You know, probably bring you more to physical things, but more sometimes, a lot of times, more is not better. Sometimes less is better. You know, you have a lot of people who are millionaires, super, or to the point, probably billionaires, but they don't have family. They don't have people that love them, like truly, genuinely love them. They got friends that's around them just because they rich. I wouldn't want to be in that situation.
Well,
You know?
there was a guy that just recently, I forget his name. He was in the paper. He killed himself because at 18 years old, he was
Damn.
No, he didn't kill
Oh.
himself at 18. I'm saying when he was 18, he inherited like a large sum of money, like $600 million or something like that.
Damn.
And just over time, I think he's like 50 something when he killed himself. But over time, he was just one bad deal after another. You know, he was funding movie projects and giving
that
money to
felt
different
dope.
people. Yeah, and eventually, he ended up with like $300,000. You know, left. You know, and he killed himself. So this guy had everything.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? $600 million. Like how much
I
more
couldn't
money do you
even.
need?
I couldn't even imagine
How do you
that.
become poor after $600 million? But he acquired that at such a young age. He didn't have the knowledge on
Yeah.
how to keep it and understand not to make these bad business deals and things of that nature, so you don't end up piss poor broke again. You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
something that we need to really get more. Like that's why that gap that you talk about from the poor to the rich is very bad because you don't have nobody to really show you that there's different. You know what I'm saying? So when you come across 80,000, you blow it quick. You never had it. You don't know anyone who ever had it. You don't know what to do with it. And everybody sits here talking about, man, if I had that kind of money, I won't blow it. I'd be good. Only a fool will blow that money. Trust in me when I tell you you could blow that money so quick, like it's nothing. You could blow that money quick.
Yeah.
You know, like it's nothing. Because you don't have the education and you never had it.
Yeah. You didn't get it often enough. You
Yeah.
know, to know to make the mistake and then get it again.
Exactly.
To know not to do that again. It's like a once in a lifetime thing. You know, somebody leave you some money or whatever the case is, and you don't get that opportunity again to know
At
not to do
all.
that again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this guy has $600 million. Though.
That's a lot of money. But
I don't know. Like,
That's a lot of
it's
money.
not like he had $600 million before and blew it,
Yeah.
and had another chance
To do it again.
And it took him some time to spend
Yeah,
it,
'cause
you know,
it
to
took
get
him
rid of
some
that
time.
money. He was dating all A-list celebrities. He was
Yeah.
he was living a life.
That's
so.
why I'm saying you have to keep up that image. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't have the right people around you that love you for you. You feel what I'm saying? That's like, yo, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that.
It was coming to get that bread, man. He was giving money away crazy, man. So
Yeah, the 300,000 left. Yeah, he's gonna jump off a roof. That ain't nothing to 600 million.
yeah,
300,000 ain't nothing.
it's crazy, man. But that's what we live in, man. People will find a way to suffer, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You can still suffer with that kind of money.
You could.
It's crazy, you know. And then you have people that don't have. This is when we go back to the point you was making. That less is more. If you have to take as much as you can acquire responsibly.
Mm-hmm.
Take as much as that you're mature enough to handle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
But
if you acquire, you know, $1,000 and you really make that $1,000 work, you pay your bills, you know, you got food for the week or whatever the case is, and you move in a certain way, then you can handle $1,500, then you can handle $2,500. But if you jump out the window, you know, if you've been making bad decisions with a little bit of money, you're gonna definitely make the same bad decisions with a lot
more
of money. You're just gonna spend it that much faster. You can't spend money that you don't have, so you don't know that you're gonna make those drastic mistakes until you get that kind of money. But it's a telltale sign. You could tell that you're gonna blow it because you could tell by how you conduct yourself or how you spend money when you barely have it. You know what I'm saying? And look, he wasn't making much money before.
Not at all. Not even half of what we were.
But
we wasn't even making half of what we making now, though.
Right. So
I know I wasn't.
Not even.
I wasn't making half.
It's just like, okay, now you look at that, and you wonder how the hell was surviving.
You know, saying
how was you surviving? Like, how is that even possible?
With age comes maturity, is great because when I was a teenager, early teenager, when I was an early teenager, I didn't have nothing. I'm talking about nothing. I was dirt poor, and then it was when I was able to have, I got a lot. And it's crazy because now I still have a lot. To the point I got stuff in storage. And I don't wear half of that stuff. I don't wear a quarter of the stuff that's in my closet. Because that stuff don't make me anymore. Before I used to feel good, you know what I'm saying? You get a new outfit, you like, you feel good, you feel like you're floating on the world. But I feel like now I have people who rock with me because they rock with me. You know what I'm saying? People who love me, they don't care. As long as I'm not dirty and stinking and stuff like that. But they truly got love for me. And it doesn't matter if I'm in sweatpants or if I'm in a Sean John suit, or you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't matter to them. And that came with age though. That's why I said a lot of things I'm not even entertaining spending money on like that. I'm just not.
Yeah.
Temporary highness.
That's a good thing. You get to a point, where you just like you'll start understanding where the real value is at in certain things that you do in your life. It's just like, look, I could do without that. It didn't make no difference if
at all.
Me not having it.
And I think we spend well beyond our means. People buying Benzes, but they can't afford the maintenance on it.
Yeah.
So why you buying it for? You feel what I'm saying? Just so you can say you have. And then the people who we try to impress, they don't care about you. They're not making that payment for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're not even pushing that car if it stopped. You feel what I'm saying? So why are we trying to impress these people for? For what? They live where we live. Yeah. It's crazy. You know?
It makes you feel good temporarily.
It does.
And some people,
it's just like cheating.
Money.
It's just like when you cheat.
Yeah.
And you banging this chick out. It feels good then at that time. But after you finish it done, you're like, damn, I got a girl that really loves me. What the hell I'm doing this for?
Yeah. I mean, you do it. The stress hits you, and people react to it differently. Some people eat. Some people don't eat.
Yeah, I'm an eater.
You know what I'm saying? You just as stressed, huh?
I'm an eater.
You're going to eat.
I'm an eater.
And I don't eat. Right?
Yeah.
Like, yo. And it's obvious, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
obvious.
yeah, they're right. I don't care. It is what it
but look.
is.
But so some people spend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people that go through stress and don't spend. That's not a common thing. I don't think.
No.
But anyway, people react to stress or whatever or turmoil,
Different.
whatever they're going through differently. And just to think like, you're living in an apartment complex and you say, you're gonna get you the brand new Range Rover. You don't have a driveway to pull it in. You're just gonna go and get it, and you're gonna just put yourself in crazy debt. And now you close the opportunities of other things that may come up that you would have been able to do if you didn't spend all this money on this car. So now you're stuck in this apartment. You're stuck trying to get out of debt, trying to get out of your situation, and you miss all the opportunities when they come up.
Mm-hmm.
If we was to force ourselves to live when we was making that little bit of money,
To live within that.
live within those means while making the money that we're making now,
Yeah. Or we be
the opportunities would be
endless.
it'd be
Kinda
crazy.
yeah.
But I mean, we don't
We're not there.
we
bro.
don't spend crazy like going out of the blue. Like
No.
we don't buy
No.
cars like that
No.
crazy. But
I know this.
I know with this equipment and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I got thousands of dollars worth of equipment, and it
Couple of
doesn't
down
make no
payments, yeah.
sense,
Yeah.
But what is really changing my mind about my spending and saving and educating myself on that is when I come home. I live in a neighborhood where they dump cars. That's when you know you're in a bad neighborhood, where they take cars that don't run, messed up, and they dump them on the street.
What you mean, the person that owned the car?
Whoever, whether whether it's a junkyard, whatever, they dump that car on the street.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It's if you live in a predominantly black neighborhood or urban neighborhood, it's hard to find parking anyway. So you got those cars taking up parking spaces, and then you're in the neighborhood where they give you a ticket for every little thing because you're in that neighborhood. So the city is gonna eat off of you anyway.
Yeah.
And that just makes me sick to my stomach, which makes me like, you know what? I got to get out this situation. Forget all the spending on the Louis, the Gucci. They're made. They're good. Louis family members are probably in penthouses and everything, marble floor, and all of that stuff. They don't have to worry about nothing that I have to worry about.
Yeah. I mean, yo, we
But
can go on and on.
I do think that with certain governments, they need to tighten up this little gap. This gap definitely needs to be tightened up with as far as like rich and poor.
They're not doing that, man. It's not gonna happen. That's not their responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we just got to smarten up and just start acquiring the knowledge and the education on how to just grow as a people and as a unit. We need leadership that can guide us in those areas, in a sense, and just start to strengthen the family structure and understand that
very important. They probably say, "Wrap it up, nigga." Yeah. You've been recording
man.
for a long
Hold on for a
time.
minute. This is still on. Battery ain't dead.
Battery dying. Oh, well, I don't hear no mics though.
Huh?
I don't hear no mic.
Yo. Still in there? What do you mean?
I don't hear myself.
You don't hear yourself?
No. I don't hear my mic at all.
I hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah.
So what the hell is going on? The headphones?
Oh yeah, the headphones.
All right, we gotta.
You hear it now?
Yeah, I hear me. All right, we gotta wrap this up. But what I was saying is that we as people
We
need to get back to the base of everything: family, education, and we have to get out this laziness. Yeah, it's good to look for a leader, but we can't even get our family, our immediate family together. You feel what I'm saying? And that's important. That's very important. You know, we need to really focus on the things that really matter. I see it so many parents, they rather just turn on the TV and let the TV raise their kids instead of spending time and going out with their kid. I take my daughter out for walks when I'm home. Sometimes I just come home from work and I drop my stuff off and I take her right outside. Cause this is the stuff that she's gotta remember. And I wanna educate her on how to be a black woman. Not a girl, a black woman. You know what I'm saying? That's important.
Yeah, that is important. You know, being with your kids and holding them down. It's a beautiful thing. That's where it starts. That's great, like the family structure. But we're talking about like trying to make sure that we have some financial literacy,
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to come a point where we're going to have to teach our kids
Mm-hmm.
how to do this, that, and the third.
And sometimes we
And-
gotta uneducate ourselves.
Right,
Which
we
means
don't know.
Yeah.
What are we going to? We're going to be there for them because we love them and everything. But we got to start putting some things into practice, so that we could not just leave them something behind. Like we'll get to a point where we'll start buying houses and stuff like that, and we'll have that to leave behind, right? So then they'll just acquire it, but they don't really know the value of doing it a certain way. They just acquired a home.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how are they going to keep it? They might get a knucklehead that they get in a relationship with and sell
I
drugs
see.
out the
I
house, or
heard
whatever
of
the
stories
case is.
like that.
You know what I'm saying? And then lose everything because they didn't have the knowledge and understanding of how to acquire things and how to maintain and keep these things.
And how important it is.
And the sooner we start putting it into practice, we'll be more seasoned into passing on that information and knowledge
But
to them.
and that's I totally agree with you. But I noticed a lot of things that as black people, I can't say all black people, but the black people I know, is that we want overnight change. And change don't work like that. You can't go from, my man Keys taught me this. You can't go from not saving anything to saving $200 a paycheck. That doesn't make sense. You got to start with, I saved $1. I save $5. And then before you know it, you're saving $1,000 like it's nothing.
Yeah.
But you have to start somewhere. And it just doesn't work like that overnight. You know what I'm saying? You have to do it little by little by little.
It's the practice of it. You have to start practicing it.
Change your mind.
Change your mindset and change your habits. You know what I'm saying? You want to lose weight, you want to change your cholesterol numbers or whatever. You can't
Gotta
just
be
eat
mindful.
anything. You know what I'm saying? You can't eat the whole box of donuts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
God damn, dog. There was
eat,
12 there was
eat
12
one of
glazes in there.
yeah, no, you can't eat the whole box. You know what I'm saying? The whole two liters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you can't.
You just gotta
It's not good
change
for
your
you.
mindset. Yeah, so you can't spend your last dollar on everything. You gotta say, you know what? I can't afford that right
Yeah.
now. I gotta wait. Let me make what I have work. You
Like
know what I'm
right
saying?
now, I'm hungry, and I was gonna go and get something that I could buy, and I said, you know what? Nah, go home, make something. I have
Yeah.
food in the house, so I'll just go and make something.
Right.
Save my couple of dollars. And it's not like I don't have it. I have it, but
Yeah.
how much money I'm gonna keep giving away? You know, you work
Right.
year after year after year, and it's crazy because I tell people this. I know people who made less than what I made with kids and everything, but they saved more than what I saved
Right.
because their mindset wasn't where mine's at. Mine's is, we gotta go out, have a good time, eat, spend money, and be left with nothing.
Right.
You know, and that's crazy. But yeah, we have to change our mind. No matter what presidents in office, what politicians in office, they can never take away your wisdom.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? When you have wisdom, you have everything.
You have
know.
to be your own president, man. Be
Yeah.
your own president. Be your own leader. Start to really things that you want. We said, what are you going to do for the country? What are you going to do for this? What are you going to do for that? Start acquiring knowledge and understanding about how you can just make these things happen for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? It's a lot of information out there and a lot of little things out there. I wish I could share it right now. I don't really know all the information. But I do know I've come across some things like, wow, I didn't know that exists. I didn't know that it's all kind of grants and all kind of little weird things that come across from people. It's out there, but it's just being in the know and changing your mindset
And wanting to know.
Wanting to know. We want to know.
Yeah, you want to know, but you don't
don't
want to
wanna
go and do the work. Yeah,
Go to the
that's
work
the
to find
problem
it.
right there.
You know what I'm saying?
You're like,
So-
shit, could I Google it?
Yeah.
Could I YouTube
If it don't come up right away,
Yeah, then
you go from
forget
trying
it.
to look at that. Next thing you know, you're looking
forget
at
it.
frogs or some shit jumping out on over lilies. Like, how did I end up here? But it's just stupid like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man, man, we could go on and on, man. We're gonna
But-
save. This is our first little. This is the Chuck and Sie. Well, I don't know how you want to call it.
Oh, we
Chuck
have a
and Si
name by the
podcast.
next one.
I think
By
that,
the next
that'll work
session.
though. Chuck and Sie.
Check us out.
Yeah, Chuck and Si.
Yeah.
If we come up with something different, let me know.
But next episode,
Yeah.
we gotta talk about people that's in the music business because it's a lot going on. You know, everybody want to make a fast buck. Everybody want to be overnight success. A lot of things people ask for and they don't know what they're asking for. But we gotta really talk about that in the next episode, and hopefully we have people that made it in the industry. You know, we already got people that made it in the industry. You know, but we want other people to call in and give their point of views and takes on stuff. So stay tuned for that, and have a good night, good day, good morning. Love.
Easy.
Side.
Bless up.